Hi, Lauren. Hope you're doing well, enjoying a little bit of the nip that's finally coming into the air, having a good fall. Today we are back to Pointe Prep. I looked at your balancing videos. They looked great and they gave me some ideas for a few things that we can really focus on today during your Pointe Prep class. The biggest thing we're going to really think about is finding that sweet spot in your foot. Okay, so sometimes we rock a little bit to one side or a little bit to the other, and we want to find this point right in the middle. And you're actually really good about that on 2 feet. And now we just have to bring that into being on 1 foot, which gets harder and harder the more releves and eleves that you do, right? Because you start to get tired and all of those things. But we're going to really focus on that today and make it really clear where that sweet spot is in your foot. I think you'll be able to feel it. So that being said, oh, also your kitties in your video made me very, very happy. So thank you for sharing the animal cuteness with me. All right, let's get started. So we have, starting out, sorry, something on my pants, just your normal warm up here. I won't go over it too much, rolling through the feet and all of that. But as we get started, already here thinking about finding your weight right about at the second toe, maybe between the second and third toe. So we want to be right in the middle of the foot. So we find that positioning, not rocking this way, not rocking this way, and we really maintain it, okay? It gets a little more difficult in turnout, but just something to start thinking about as we get moving. Okay, let's begin, and let's hope my speaker is happy today. Sliding foot, first and shake it out. Alright, I don't want to jinx things, but I just have to say that the speaker is doing a good job today. Okay, so here's our little exercise to begin kind of finding our placement in our feet. I want you to go ahead, we're going to face the bar, but for me to show you this, I'm going to have one hand on the bar. So we're going to find our super turned out as we can go first position, of course coming from the hips, not from the knees or the ankles, okay? So let's go to our sixth, rock back on our heels here, and then using your rotators, those little deep muscles in the back of your booty, finding your first position here, okay? From here we rise up. So we're going to rise up onto 2 feet, and we're going to rock into a wing first. So we're going to rock wing, and then we're going to go back to the middle, and then we're going to rock to our sickle and back to the middle. Now be really careful here. You want to make sure you're super supported in your body, lifting up so that you're not putting pressure into your feet in those positions, okay? These are not positions that we would normally want to bear weight in, okay? It's just kind of to illustrate the point of finding that center position. Okay, so we rock forward and center, back and center. And once we found our center, so you'll be here facing the bar, making sure nothing changes in the position of this supporting leg, we're going to bring it to coupe and make sure you're staying right in that same spot in your supporting leg. Find your balance, hold, and then we will set it down and go to the other side. So it's just rock forward and center and back and center, and then find our coupe and then find our balance, and we'll take it on both sides, okay? And this is what I would like to see from you for your video for the next assignment. Okay, let's see. Here we go. We rise up, keeping our turn out, rocking forward into the big toe, rocking center, rocking back into the pinky toe, back to center, finding coupe. Nothing changes in this supporting leg. It's like it's stuck in ice. Find your balance. Lower down. We rise up. We rock forward. We rock center. We rock back to center. Check that sweet spot. Really driving down through the center of this supporting leg, finding your balance. And finish. Okay, shake that out. Okay, so now that you've really felt where that supporting leg needs to be when you're working on one leg, it's harder, right? It's harder to stay in the center and harder to stay supported once one leg is released, but we gotta do it so that we can get all those turns and things like that, okay? So for our elevates, we're gonna stick with 16 for another little chunk of time. We'll think about upping it next time. Past 16, it starts to get, I guess, a little bit ridiculous. You probably don't need to do too many more than that. But we're going to find that nice, easy placement through the center of the leg. And so we're going to begin a little bit differently than we have been. We're going to rise up on 2 feet, finding our first position balance. This will be 5, 6, and then we'll find our coupe position 7, 8, and really focusing on keeping this leg exactly as it is. And then we'll lower down to go up for our 16, okay? And we'll take that same prep to get into it next time, just really establishing the placement in the legs, the equal turnout. Still thinking about the heart-shaped booty, right? All right, tempo. 7, 8, 1, 2. So it's going to be reversed up. Come if you have a day where you're feeling tired and it feels like you're climbing to get up there, or it's hard or it's shaky, take a break. It doesn't have to be 16 every day, okay? We can build up to it. We can even take breaks because some days we're just tired, right? All right, let's take that other side. Today. Stretch that. Okay. All right, so we are going to move on to our passe releve. One little thing, maybe you heard me mentioning it while we were doing our eleves just now. I was talking about that little place right at the bottom of your booty, right where it connects to your leg. Maybe there's like a little crease there, or it's where your leotard or underwear line would be. I had a friend in college who took class from this very old school ballet instructor when she was younger, the kind of ballet instructor who like sits in a chair and wears high heels to class because she's not really going to do any dancing and she just orders people around from her seat. But I guess this woman had very, very long fingernails, long red fingernails, and if she thought that you weren't lifting up in your releve, she would come up from behind you and poke you right there. Now, I'm not going to, nor can I do that to you, but you can imagine when you're going up into those releves, that kind of sensation. Yeah, it is a little bit like that if somebody poked you right there, okay? So you want to feel that sensation as you're rising up, and it actually takes so much of the weight out of your feet and makes you grow a lot taller. It's a really, really important connection from the heel all the way up into where your glutes connect to your hamstrings. Okay, that was a long story, but hopefully amusing. You can fast forward through that part when you're going over the video multiple times. So we're taking our susus out, okay? We are ready to just go into our passe releves. Now remember, we want to have a scoop to go into these, so that means that this supporting leg is going to slide along the floor. My ball of the foot is going to move to where my arch is, up, and then slide back out, and then up, and then slide back out, okay? And remember, these are our preps for our eventual Tour de Fini, turns from fifth, and so we want to find just two positions with no difference, no wandering or anything in between. I'm either in fifth position plie or I'm up in passe, and that's it, okay? Thinking about the weight in the supporting leg, making sure that ankle's not wobbling, and we will just take 4 of those on either side and then switch, okay? Tempo. are actually going to put our bar away. I've been a little pokey with talking about things today, I guess. We're going to put this bar away and take our susus in the center, but a little bit different today since we've been working on one foot. I'm just going to leave that yoga mat there because we're going to do our footies in a second, but hopefully we remember this from last week, or oh my gosh, a month ago actually, the way this all works out. From our fifth position, we're going to take this nice brush to dégagé, right? And then we piqué up into our susu. Now, here's the thing. I'm finding my susu here. It's nice and turned out. The weight is in the middle of both of my feet. And from here, I'm in my nice high fifth maybe, or maybe just with the hands on the hips. You know what, let's do hands on hips because we're about to do something a little difficult. From here, driving down through that supporting leg, I just find my coupe and lower down, okay? And then from there, we're going to dégagé the back leg, find susu in that position. Again, release, coupe, plie, and then to the back, sorry, hands on hips. And then we'll release, coupe, and we'll bourre around to the other side. So only difference is that we're finding that little balance in coupe without letting the ankle wobble. I feel like I find foxtails every time I have a video with you. It's that time of year. All right, let's find our tempo. You will start with your right foot front, so you'll be mirroring me, okay? Here we go. Nice preparation. Dégagé. Something important to remember with those coupes, especially coming from susu that way and being out in the center and thinking about 1,000 million other things, a very wise piece of advice that my ballet teacher gave to me, which is that if you can't feel it, it's not there. So when you are in coupe, making sure that as this foot draws up, you can still feel it connected to the leg, okay? That heel right in the base of the calf. Otherwise, it's kind of floating in outer space, and then it's not a coupe anymore. Okay, so let's go to our footies down here. And we're gonna continue with those little toe waves. I hope that was slightly amusing for you. You'll have to tell me if you showed that party trick to any of your friends or family. Really, a lot of people can't wave their toes, so I find it amusing, I guess. Okay. So we'll just start with our normal, working through the ball of the feet here. And this is another moment to really make sure that you are keeping your imaginary weight in the center of your toes, right? Because if those feet are wandering one way or the other, then if you were standing on in a releve position, you would be putting stress on one side of the ankle or the other, right? You're not right smack in the middle. So even here, there's an imaginary floor that you're sending weight right into that second, sort of third toe, okay? Here we go. We push 1, 2, and up. 2, and 2, 2, and up. to checking the alignment of your feet and your ankles. This is 5 and up and 6 and up and 7 and up. Last one. 8 and just halfway up. We're in this little Barbie doll flip position. Here we go with our 8 toe waves. We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. All right, take it away for a second. We'll do it without, oh, my sock's all messed up now. We'll do it without the TheraBand. Sitting up nice and tall, you have 1 and 2. And so we're still thinking of pointing toward the floor with our toes, but we're keeping the balls of the feet in alignment with the ankles. This is 4, 4, and up, and 5, and up, and 6, and up. This is going to make your feet and ankles so strong for when you end up in those point shoes. So it'll just be a piece of cake. All right, just flexing the toes here. We wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that's a little bit of a killer. Shake your legs out. And we'll take our wings and our sickles. So, latching around. Now this is your opportunity to just go crazy with the relationship of the foot and the ankle, okay? But we're strengthening to help us eventually stabilize, right? That's why we strengthen both sides, so that then we can be right smack in the middle. Okay, in our wing, and we have 1, and sickle 2, and 3, stay on TheraBand, 4, 5, oh no, you keep going, 6, 7, 8. All right, let me take it to the other side. Hopefully your TheraBand stayed where it was supposed to be. And pulling that foot into a sickle, making sure knee and ankle are facing straight up. You have 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. All right, other side. Pulling it into a wing. You have 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we take it to the other side, pulling it into a sickle. You have 1, wing 2, wing 3, wing 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Last one. 8. Good. Give your feet a little shake there. Set your TheraBand off to the side, and we will go ahead and run your dance. So let's move any residual stuff that's lying around. So your dance is going to give you lots and lots of opportunities to think about keeping your weight right in the center of your feet, okay? So even as you're going into bourrée, you want to think of pushing down through that center point. It's almost as though that little spot that I told you about, that little pokey spot, you should feel like there's a line of energy going from there all the way down through the center of your foot, okay? And that's going to keep things all in one really solid super stable line, okay? Here we go, let me find it. To be easier to find. Come on, Sleeping Beauty. Okay, we'll try Summer Fairy. Aha. All right, here we go. Standing up. Oh, scraping your back. Playing. All right, Lauren, hopefully that was a fun but challenging class. I would love to see both the little rocking back and forth combo, yes, where we find the center of our foot and find our coupe. I'd love to see a video of that. I'd also love to see your dance again, because we've been working on a lot of different things that will hopefully affect the way that you're approaching your dance, right? We've been working on our bourrées, finding a little more suppleness in the legs. We've been working on that even turnout, the heart shape, and then also being in the center of our feet. So think about ways that you can put that into your solo, and go ahead and show me that again. All right, have a wonderful day, great weeks, and I look forward to your next videos. Bye, Lauren.